Good afternoon, everybody. It's Sean and Tina with Jags Junction, The Journey. Tina's behind the camera. We are getting ready to start our barnwood door for our bathroom. I'm getting ready to use my Kreg AccuCut. I got my Bosch circular saw on here. We got our pieces we told you about earlier. And so I'm going to cut this and then we'll take you along the journey. Talk to you guys in a few. And we're back. Everybody, hey, we are cutting the header plate for the new barn door. We're cutting it at 80 inches. We want a 1 inch overhang. The bracket's 78 inches. We'll show you guys that as we go. Once we cut this, we're gonna stain it. We'll get it put up. But this is the first time we're using the new miter saw station. So let me turn on the vacuum and always make sure we turn on our safety glasses. Here we go. I gotta find the button. Wow, I like that. That is nice. There's a ton of dust all over. What happened to the dust collection? This is the second phase of our header plate for our barn door. It's going to go in our master bedroom, bathroom. And what we did is we put a 1/2 inch round over on all the edges. And then we countersunk our holes where the screws go. And then once we install this, there's a bracket that's actually going to go on it that holds the whole mechanism for the barn door itself. Then we'll build the barn door and we'll show you guys that process as well. Have the other drill, please. I'll trade you. That hole's gonna these bigger holes. This is where we're installing the header bracket. So we're actually putting the bolts in that actually hold the bracket itself, if you're all wondering. Hey everybody, we have been working on the barn door, and you can see we've got it all cut. If Tina shows down here, you can see we ripped down the edges of that wood. I don't know if you can hear me very well, but the boards look like this. It's a tongue and groove. It'll give us a bead board on the back side. You can see the front. We used Titebond 3 because this is going to go in our bathroom. So if we have any moisture, this is waterproof. I know it's interior, exterior. We've got clamped down in 4 spaces so it doesn't bow. We've got some ammo cans and a box of tile. We use whatever we got to kind of keep it down level. So again, we ripped down the sides so they're nice and smooth. Ripped them down on the new Evolution saw. And once this cures up for about 24 hours, we're going to come back and we're going to put a 1x4 a perimeter around it. And then we'll do some kind of design in the middle, and we'll show you guys that. Hey buddy, back at the barn door build, you can see we got it out of the clamps with the weights off of it. We've put our 1x4 edges around. We used a 18-inch, I think that's a 16-inch nail gun. Our 18-inch wasn't working too great, but so they didn't go through. We glued these down. You can see the nails. We actually don't mind the look of the nail. Everything's square. So now we're just going to take a router edge and clean up the edges just a hair. It's not too bad. And then we're going to put a 1/2 inch round over on this. We're still going to do a 1x6 in the middle. We're going to keep it simple. And then we'll show you guys that as well. You guys remember the table we built? Well, it's a disaster. So that didn't take long. Anyway, we'll show you what it looks like. Oh, one other thing. Some people would ask, well, why didn't you just 45? Well, everything else is straight, and I didn't want to do 45s in the corner, so we just do the butt joint right here. I can say butt. Butt? Did I say that? Maybe I shouldn't say butt, you know. Anyway, so we'll take you along when we get further along there and show you what it looks like. We still have to, we have to sand it and then we have to stain it. We're not going to put a gloss on it though. Tina doesn't want a high gloss, so we're just going to put a polyurethane, I think, just to protect it from the moisture. So, or a polycleric. You know, it's late. It's dark and I'm tired, and so anyway, we'll show you what it looks like when we get to the next step. All right, you guys have a blessed evening. Talk to you in a bit. We're back, and we are staining the barn door. You can see we put in our cross section. We did a 1/2 inch round over on these edges. We didn't do the inside. We wanted it to stay just nice and straight. It's got some natural stuff right here, but I wanted to show you guys something down here. This is a tongue and groove. And we clamp these together really, really tight. But you can see if Tina zooms in here that sometimes those things don't get in really tight, especially if you don't get really straight pieces. So if you're going to do it and you're going to do a design like this where it's tongue and groove, make sure you pick out really good ones. So we're going to start doing some staining on the upper half as soon as I can figure this out. I just got a couple of really soft rags, picked them up at Home Depot. I wear gloves, and you guys, I wear safety glasses when I'm doing this kind of stuff because, you know, things splash up, and I've already had to go to the doctor once, not doing this project, but other projects where something got up into my eye. I'm going to get the top, and we'll let this set up for 24, 48 hours, then we'll be flipping it over to do the other side, but you can see it. And we pre-sanded all this stuff. We did 120 grit. Can't really tell, but it's super smooth. And you know, inside these corners are kind of a pain. And we wanted a dark look. Tina's gonna order up some handles. So those will be coming soon. We'll get those on. Let me show you on these grooves. It's a pain in the hiney with that rag. So I just got this little disposable brush here. And I'm just kind of coming in and getting in here like so. Down in there. You see that? We're thinking, well, that's a lot. Well, it'll all soak in, but then see what I do. I'll just come back here and wipe all that up like so. So I get it inside those crevices. You can see that. You see how nice this all turns out. Those grains of the wood. And you can see the nails a little bit. We happen to like that look. So if you don't, then you could countersink them and put some putty over. There's a knot right there. Countersink them. We just happen to like that. So you can see how nice that turns out. So, and we didn't do anything fancy on the design. You know, we just did the cross member in the middle. Some people say, well, you got to have an X or something in it. Well, for us, this is what we wanted. Simple. If you want an X, then you can do that. Not rocket science, but anyway, thought we'd take you along some more on the journey and show you what it's like. We're using a Varathane dark walnut stain. So anyway, we'll show you guys more when we get further along, all right? We have got the barn door pretty much done. We just installed the roller brackets. We did a test fit to see where the brackets would be. So we should be spaced out high enough. This barn door is 8.5 feet tall. Our ceiling is 9 feet high. So we are just right there. We're gonna do a test fit on it. We still have a handle to put on. We're waiting for that to get here. We're gonna go put it on, check it out, and we'll show you guys pretty much the last step. And then hopefully you guys can build your own barn door as well. We are finishing the barn door. Hey, just got one last screw to put into the handle, and then we'll kind of show you guys that stuff. So I pre-drilled this hole, so that's in there pretty solid. So a couple of things. We got our stops up at the top for anti-jump. We got our tracks down on the bottom. I'm gonna go over the tracks on the bottom. So we ordered these on Amazon, and if I can, I'll upload a link. We've had an issue with that. So I ended up notching out my baseboard just right. I used an oscillating tool. If you don't have one, borrow one, have a buddy come over. And so the way these work is, it's like, well, how do I get the screws in the behind back here? So what you do, there's a very, very thin bolt on the bottom. I got these set where I wanted them. And then I put the screws in, then I was able to come in and put these stops or guides on the floor. No issues. I don't think we'll have a trip hazard, but it seems to be just fine. So voila, you can see it, okay? So back up here, you can see the handle. Now again, this door is tall. It's 8.5 feet high, at least, okay? So we got this big handle up here, and then we got a handle on the back. So I'll have Tina come around here and show the back side of the door. You can see it's very simple, you know, very clean, very sleek design. Here's a simple little handle right here. You know, you guys, anybody could do this. We'll come back around here. I'll have Tina kind of come back here and show you the whole thing, all said and done. So let me move that back over there, just like so. Really, our bathroom didn't have a door on it, and so really, when somebody's in there, they're utilizing the shower, it just kind of helps keep some of that heat in there, especially during the winter months. But anybody can do this door, you guys. I'm gonna say we probably have, how much into it? A couple $100. I don't know how much the guides were. How much were the guides?
$20.
Yeah, so, and the handles, probably $20, $30. So again, anybody can build this. We'll show you guys on the next journey what we got going. You guys have a blessed day. We'll talk to you.